Hello and welcome, my friends. For those of you who are already worshipping three-dimensional deities at home, or for those who are just simply intrigued by some of the many aspects of home deity worship, I've compiled this, it's rather light-hearted look at how I store my deities' clothes and jewelry. So Shyamasundar Krishna, he came to reside in our home in 1974. Jagannath, Balaram and Subhadra in 1976. And then Lord Nrsimhadev and Nitai Gaur. So it's been a gradual collection of their clothes and their paraphernalia. So let's look at Shyamasundar's clothes first. I hang them up on hangers in colour groups. So here are some examples. This is one hanger that's got a green top with a skirt that's attached to it that goes over his pants. And on the other end of the hanger is matching green top and green pants. So now on another hanger, there's a cloak that can go with his green outfit. It's very peacocky, this cloak. And you'll see a picture of this outfit in some photos that I have at the end of the video. So here's another hanger, and it's got some of his red outfits. A red top and matching pants on one end of the hanger, a red coat in the middle, and another red top with matching pants on the other end of the hanger. So you will see one of these outfits in the video at the end, on the photos at the end. And here's another hanger, and it's got some blue skirts that go over the top of his pants. And there's a blue vest and short pants that are in a very light, almost see-through material, and that's for the summertime when on very hot days here. Now let's look at how I store his belts. They're all put on hangers as well, but a different style hanger. They're all ironed and ready to go when it's time for picking out an outfit for him. Here's an example of his red belts and his blue belts. And as you can see, when they're on these hangers, it's very easy to pick out and match them up with his outfits. Next to his belts, I hang a couple of his cloaks. He has probably about 5 cloaks altogether, and this is 3 of them. Now this photo, it's of his grey cloak, which I made during the winter a couple of years ago, and it went with grey pants and a black top. Actually, he looks really beautiful in black, so that was for more of a winter outfit. So during the winter, I put blankets on all the deities at night time. But when it's coming up to spring, and it's still chilly in the early hours of the morning, but, you know, don't need blankets anymore. This is 2 cloaks that I have, a red cloak and a yellow cloak, that are for Shyamasundar at the night time. So let's look at the clothes and how I store them for the other deities. I store them in boxes. They're too small for me to put on hangers. So there's a picture of an opened box, and you can see inside it I've got all these snap lock bags with the colour coordinated clothes inside there. It's much. For Jagannath, Balaram and Subhadra, because they're really tiny, well, I think they are, I generally make their clothes by purchasing ribbon. I go to the craft shop and I'll buy a spool of ribbon in the colour that I'm after, and it's usually a lovely satin. It's very easy to just cut it and make it into a little dress for Jagannath, another one for Balaram and one for Subhadra. So here's an example. They have some black clothes on, and I had black satin ribbon made into a little dress for them, and then I had black see-through ribbon which I sewed over the top of the first layer. So it was 2 layers, but they're both ribbon, and then I just have to add a little bit of trimmings onto it. I make Jagannath and Balaram's turbans always to match Subhadra's veil, and I always put a veil on her, no matter what outfit she's wearing. I sometimes make their clothes from material, though, specifically to match one of Shamasunda's outfits. For example, this orange outfit with blue accents. Lord Nrsimhadev's clothes are really simple. They're skirts with a shawl. So here's one of his outfits, and it's got 2 different shawls with it. Lord Chaitanya and Lord Nityananda's clothes are also somewhat small. So here's an example of some of their clothes. Now, let's look at a video showing you their jewellery, because their jewellery is a little bit more complicated. And I'll start with Shamasunda's jewellery. Then we'll look at Nitai Gaur's jewellery. And then finally, we will look at Jagannath, Balaram and Subhadra's jewellery. This is the jewellery section. This here is Shamasunda's, and it's a lot of his white necklaces that have been collected over the years. One thing that I learned, a very good trick, not so long ago actually, is I've got these drawers and I've got felt from the $2 shop, $2 store, lining them. And here's an example. I'll pull one out. This says purple. So if you pull it out, it's got his purple. These are Shamasunda's, his purple necklaces when I'm dressing him. And it works very well that way, laying them down on felt rather than just all jumbled together hanging up. So that was the trick that I really wanted to show you. It just works brilliantly now. This is blue, so blue felt and his blue necklaces and so on, with all his different coloured necklaces. What have I got here? Oh, I've also got head garlands. These are head garlands that have been collected over the years for different outfits. This one here was for Govardhan Puja last year. I made this for him with, this all hanging down, and he'd have all flowers as well, make flower garlands with real flowers in them. And that was for Govardhan Puja, so he really looked like a forest boy for that. So over the years, I've really collected a lot of these. As you can see, and there's a handmade garland with pink ribbon threaded through it when he'd have a pink outfit. Oh, this one here, some would say this goes back to my hippie days, when I dressed Shamasunda, and I'd just wrap these around his head. Very much looks like a forest boy then, wrapped in around his hair. So those are some of the head lays. Oh, this one here, I don't know if you're going to be able to see. I can't pull the drawer out. This is some of his feathers. Yeah, it's probably too low for the camera. This one here is turbans over the years that I've made for Shamasunda for various outfits. See, there's a green turban, and that would match the green outfit that I made for him. Red and white turban. A lot of them are mixed colours, pinks and blues. I won't get them out of the packet, this little bit takes too long, but they're all put in little individual bags to keep them all for years and years. So gradually over the years, the collection has grown, and the choices that I can dress him in has grown. Now down here, there's all the jewellery that is for Jagannath, Balaram, Subhadra, but mainly Nitai Gaur actually. All the jewellery down in colourways. Each little drawer is a colourway. So this is labelled orange. So that's all the little orange necklaces for Jagannath, for Lord Chaitanya, Lord Nityananda, mainly for them. So there's all kinds of little necklaces in there. In the orange theme, this one here, this is your blue. So all their blue necklaces. So very easy then to coordinate what they're wearing. Now, before we go down to the last one, I'll just show you some things here. I saw this in a shop one time. It's for women put lipstick in it. And I thought that's brilliant because I keep in here the little anklets that are made for Shamasunda. These are all handmade little anklets that go around his ankle, obviously, if they're anklets. So there's a whole little collection of different coloured anklets in here for him. And it just fits beautifully in a little lipstick container. Down here I also have, I can't see, oh yeah, there it is. Now this is a little flute box that my husband Jamunadas made for Shamasunda. And inside are 2 flutes. And both of these flutes were made by my brother-in-law Chaitanya Das. And Shamasunda has the 3rd flute. He made 3 flutes. He has the 3rd one at the moment. But they're handmade bamboo with little tassels on the end. And this one he did from metal with he drilled the holes in there for Shamasunda. And I much prefer these, not just because they were handmade by the devotees. I much prefer the simplicity of these flutes for Shamasunda. I know in India you get these very extraordinarily heavily decorated flutes, but I prefer those because he is a cowherd boy. Even though I do dress him extravagantly sometimes. And I did have this. If you open it up, it's got all his earrings in there. So according to the outfit that he's got on, I will match his earrings because his ears are pierced. And so it's very easy to put the earrings on. So instead of showing you all the ones on the bottom, because it's actually quite difficult for me to do, what I do have on the bottom is, I'll pull one out. I have a whole bunch of these containers, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of these containers. And these containers just hold the jewellery for Jagannath, Balaram and Subhadra. And so when you pull out the little drawers, there's all sorts of necklaces. Where's one that I can show you? Okay. Oh, yes. For instance, and they're very small. This actually here is Lord Nrsimhadev's. That's the size of his necklace. And this one here is Lady Subhadra. That's the size of her necklace. And these ones here for Jagannath and Balaram. So they have to be very tiny necklaces. So there's a collection of those throughout the years. There's a lot of green ones. There's a beautiful one. I don't know if you can see it there. There's like peacock feathers, that one. Beautiful green necklaces. So there's all those containers, about 7 or 8 of them. Have got all the different coloured jewellery for Jagannath, Balaram and Subhadra. So that's just a little glimpse. All these have got things behind them even. So I was just giving you a small glimpse. But my advice is to get their jewellery and sort it into little containers, put some felt down on it, put the colours in there of the different jewellery. It makes it very much easier. And their clothes, if you keep their clothes in colourways as well, it cuts down on the amount of time it's going to take you to plan their outfits. And it also keeps their outfits quite fresh and makes it easy for you to design, okay, what do I need? If I want to put all these outfits on him, but I need a certain colour belt, which I don't have, then it's easy. You just go and make that one belt. So I hope that's given you a little help along the way for looking after the wardrobe for your deities. Namaste.